Your mindset shapes your journey. Let's kick things off with the cornerstone of aging gracefully, your mindset. As we age, it's natural to notice changes. Maybe your energy isn't what it used to be, or you spot a few more laugh lines in the mirror. It's easy to dwell on what's different or what you've lost. But aging gracefully starts with how you choose to see yourself in your life right now. I had a chat with my friend Linda a while back. She's 62 and one of the most vibrant people I know. She told me, in my 40s, I obsessed over every wrinkle. I spent so much money on creams and treatments, but I was never happy. Then in my 50s, I realized something. My life is fuller now than ever. I've got wisdom, stories, and a confidence I didn't have when I was younger. That perspective shift changed everything for her. It wasn't about her looks. It was about how she saw herself. So, how do you build that kind of mindset? First, lean into gratitude. I know it sounds simple, but it's powerful. Try this. Every morning, take a moment to think of 3 things you're grateful for. They could be small, like the smell of your morning coffee, the sound of birds outside, or a kind word from a neighbor. Over time, this habit trains your brain to focus on the good, no matter what challenges come with aging. Another key is letting go of comparison. In our culture, whether it's in the US, the UK, or other Western countries, we're surrounded by images of perfection. Scroll through Instagram and it's all filtered selfies and airbrushed ads. But comparing yourself to those images or even to your younger self steals your joy. You're not meant to be anyone else. You're meant to be you with all your unique experiences and quirks. Embracing that is incredibly liberating. One more thing, give yourself permission to grow. Aging isn't about staying the same, it's about evolving. Maybe you're more patient now than you were in your 30s. Maybe you're braver about trying new things. Celebrate those changes. They're proof of a life well lived. 2. Relationships are the heart of a full life. Next, let's talk about relationships because if you ask me, the people in your life are what make aging truly beautiful. Your partner, your kids, your grandkids, your friends, even the folks you chat with at the grocery store, they're the ones who bring color to your days. As we get older, our relationships shift. Maybe your kids are grown and out of the house, or you've drifted apart from some old friends. That can feel bittersweet, but it's also a chance to deepen the connections that matter most. Aging gracefully means focusing on quality over quantity. You don't need a huge social circle, just a few people who really see you. Let me tell you about my Uncle Jim, who's 78 now. He spent most of his life as a workaholic, always too busy for socializing. After he retired, he felt a bit lost. Then he started going to a weekly veterans breakfast at a local diner. It was just a handful of guys swapping stories about their lives, their families, even their bad golf swings. Those breakfasts became his lifeline. He told me, I didn't know how much I needed those guys until they were there. That's the power of connection. So, how do you nurture your relationships? Start small. Call a friend you haven't talked to in a while or invite a neighbor over for tea. If you're feeling adventurous, join a local group, a book club, a gardening class, or even a walking group. And don't be afraid to be real. Share your hopes, your worries, even your silly moments. Vulnerability builds trust, and it's what turns acquaintances into true friends. One more tip, make time for the little moments. In our busy lives, it's easy to rush through conversations or put off catching up. But those small gestures, like sending a quick text to say thinking of you, or listening to your grandkid talk about their day, mean the world. They're the threads that weave your life together. 3. Purpose keeps your spirit young. Now, let's dive into something that I think is absolutely essential for aging gracefully. Purpose. Purpose is that spark that gets you out of bed in the morning. It's what gives your days meaning, whether you're 45 or 85. Purpose doesn't have to be grand or world-changing. For some, it's volunteering at a food bank or coaching a youth sports team. For others, it's quieter, like knitting blankets for a local shelter or writing a family history for your kids. The key is that it's something that matters to you, something that makes you feel alive. I met a woman named Carol at a community center a few years ago. She was 70 and had just started teaching piano to kids in her neighborhood. I asked her what inspired her and she said, after I retired, I felt like I was just drifting. But when I saw the joy on those kids' faces as they played their first song, I felt like I was part of something again. Carol's purpose wasn't about fame or money, it was about connection and joy. So, how do you find your purpose? Start by reflecting on what you love. What activities make you lose track of time? Maybe you've always wanted to try photography, or you're great at organizing events. Maybe you have a knack for storytelling or a passion for cooking. Whatever it is, give yourself permission to explore. And don't worry if it takes time, discovery is part of the adventure. One thing I've noticed is that purpose often comes from giving back. In our 40s, 50s, and beyond, we have so much to offer: wisdom, skills, perspective. Maybe you can mentor someone in your field, or teach your grandkids how to fish. Maybe you can volunteer at a local library or share your recipes with a community cookbook. Those acts of giving don't just help others, they remind you of your own value. And here's a practical tip: try something new. Sign up for a class, join a club, or start a small project. Even if it's just committing to a daily journal or planting a vegetable garden, those small steps can lead you to unexpected sources of purpose. For caring for your body with kindness. Alright, let's talk about taking care of your body. I've said that aging gracefully isn't about looks, and I mean it. But taking care of yourself physically is still important. Not to fit some idealized image, but to feel good and stay active for the life you love. The good news? You don't need to be a fitness guru or spend hours at the gym. It's about finding simple, sustainable ways to keep your body moving. Maybe it's a 20-minute walk in your neighborhood, noticing the changing leaves or waving to a neighbor. Maybe it's a gentle yoga class or dancing to your favorite Motown hits in your living room. The goal is to stay mobile so you can keep doing what brings you joy, whether that's hiking with friends, playing catch with your grandkids, or exploring new places. I have a friend, Sarah, who's 56. A few years ago, she started having knee pain, and it was really limiting her. She wasn't into intense workouts, but she found a low-impact aqua aerobics class at her local pool. She laughed about how uncool she felt at first, but now she loves it. It's not about looking like a model, she told me. It's about being able to garden without my knees screaming. That's the kind of self-care that matters. What you eat plays a big role too. This isn't about restrictive diets or counting calories, it's about nourishing your body so you have the energy to live fully. Focus on whole foods, colorful fruits and veggies, lean proteins, whole grains, and healthy fats like avocado or nuts. And don't deprive yourself of the foods you love. A slice of pie at a family gathering or a scoop of ice cream on a summer evening. That's part of living too. Sleep is another piece of the puzzle. I know it's tempting to stay up late watching just one more episode, but good sleep is like a gift to your body and mind. Aim for 7 to 8 hours and try to keep a consistent bedtime. Create a relaxing routine, maybe a warm bath, a good book, or some soft music to help you wind down. One last thing, listen to your body. You're tired, rest. If something hurts, don't push through. Check in with a doctor. Caring for yourself is about kindness, not perfection. 5. Embracing change with an open heart. Let's talk about something that ties all of this together. Embracing change. Aging is full of changes, your body, your relationships, your priorities. And in a culture that's obsessed with staying young, it's easy to feel like change is something to fight. But fighting change is like fighting the seasons, it's exhausting and it's not going to stop. Instead, try leaning into change. Maybe your hair is grayer now, but maybe you're also more comfortable in your own skin. Maybe you don't run as fast as you used to, but you've got a treasure trove of memories and lessons to share. Change isn't a loss, it's a transformation. I'll never forget a conversation with my dad, who's in his late 70s. He used to be an avid runner, but arthritis slowed him down. At first, he was frustrated, but then he discovered birdwatching. He started taking slow walks in the park, binoculars in hand, spotting cardinals and blue jays. He told me, "I thought I'd lost something when I stopped running. But these walks, they've given me a whole new way to see the world." That's what embracing change looks like. Part of this is letting go of perfection. We put so much pressure on ourselves to have the perfect life, the perfect career, the perfect family, the perfect health. But life is messy, and that's okay. Aging gracefully means giving yourself grace. It means forgiving yourself for the times you stumbled and celebrating the person you are today. One practical way to embrace change is to stay curious. Try new things even if they feel a little scary. Maybe it's learning to cook a new cuisine, picking up a hobby like painting, or even traveling somewhere you've never been. Curiosity keeps your mind open and your heart young. 6. Finding joy in the everyday. One more thing I want to touch on is finding joy in the everyday. Aging gracefully isn't just about big moments, it's about savoring the small ones. The way the morning light filters through your window. The sound of your favorite song on the radio. The warmth of a hug from someone you love. These are the moments that make life rich. In our 40s, 50s, and beyond, we often have a deeper appreciation for these moments. We've seen enough of life to know that it's not the big achievements or the fancy vacations that define us. It's the quiet, ordinary days that add up to a beautiful life. Try this. Keep a joy journal. At the end of each day, write down one thing that brought you a smile. Maybe it was a kind word from a stranger, a delicious meal, or a funny memory that popped into your head. Over time, you'll start to notice how much joy is already in your life. And don't be afraid to create joy too. Plan a picnic with your family, watch a classic movie with a friend, or treat yourself to a new book. These little acts of joy are like fuel for your soul. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and comment below. We'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you won't miss the next one. Stay well, stay inspired, and see you next time.